I hope you all follow me for my content and not how good my face looks or how good my video quality is, because otherwise you're going to be seriously disappointed. Hi everybody, what's up? My name is Kayla Hamilton. I am here from the couch to the cage. Don't know why I'm talking with my hands, just generally do. Anyway, I had a moment just then. You know, I've been pretty relaxed with my diet over the last couple weeks when I decided I wasn't going to try and fight into July, because the weight cut was just getting too much and just all this other shit. You know, I wasn't listening to my body or anything like that. So I've decided that I'm going to push back and try and fight in November. So I kind of let myself go a bit with my diet and everything like that. I wasn't like crazy, but I wasn't holding like back. And I started losing weight again and doing all that. But past couple of days, I've started to go back into like bad kind of binge eating sort of habits. And I went to go make something. And the hardest thing is when you can cook, you can make the treats that you craving, right? If you're not a like reasonable cook and you decide, oh fuck, I can't be bothered making the cookies, the chocolate, the chips, I can't make that, but you know, the cakes, the pizza, whatever, then you kind of just forego it. Whereas I can make pizza bases from scratch, I can make cookies and cakes and all those sort of things. I went to go make something bad. I didn't need it. I just wanted it. And I really just pulled myself up and I went, what the fuck? What are you doing, woman? So this kind of inspired this idea I've been thinking about making this video for a little while now, and I thought, well, I feel like this is the best time. So for those who don't know much about my story, but I've been an emotional eater / binge eater for a very long time, for as long as I can remember. The reason I believe I was overweight was because of that. Food has been my comfort. It's been addiction. I will say it's an addiction. And it's my default. I'm not much of a drinker. Like, I'll go out and have a few drinks, but alcohol's never been a problem for me. If someone said to me tomorrow, oh, you can never drink again, I'll be like, okay, whatever. Fine. I don't even have alcohol in my house. I've never really been a smoker. I've never touched drugs of any description other than Panadol. A bit of a caffeine addict, that's the one. But I do like the taste of coffee, and that's probably the thing. But yeah, so I struggled with food, and I've been working on that, and it's been one of my biggest barriers. And there are a lot of reasons why you binge eat and everything like that, and there are a lot of things that are so deep, and that today I'm not diving into those because I'm not a therapist, I'm not a trained professional and everything like that. To me, I'm going to give you some tips in order to help you stay pretty healthy in your choices when you eat, to combat that emotional eating and that that binge eating cues. And yeah, so I'm not going to be here to solve your issues, because everybody's kind of got a different reason why they do things. But I'm here to give you some advice on how to handle this stuff and how to, treat the symptoms, not the cause. My number one is make a rule in your house that you do not bring this stuff in, okay? If you have generally pretty healthy stuff in your house, it's very, you're less likely to go out and get stuff. Yes, I know we live in an age where you can order shit offline and everything like that. But that does take effort, that takes money. And especially if you're broke, like me, a broke vegan, it's really hard to get like food delivered to my house that's cheap and vegan. But yeah, I don't bring stuff in the house. Now, recently I'm baking something for something else. So I brought sugar and all that sort of stuff, which I didn't even have in my house. So I couldn't even make stuff. So that's what I do. I generally try and keep that stuff out of the house. My next tip is, if there are things that you like, I think everyone has like a trigger food. For me, there's some foods I can keep in my cupboard and I won't touch, or I'll have a bit of, and that's fine. But there's some things that if I have in my cupboard, I eat one, that's it, it's gone. And that is chips. If I have chips, I will eat the whole packet. And peanut butter. I will eat a whole fucking jar of peanut butter. Anything that's peanut butter related. Ice cream I'm pretty cool with and everything like that. But if it's something like ice cream, you know, don't keep that stuff in your house, right? Don't keep it accessible, right? Because if it's there, you're going to go for it. You're going to think about it. You might not even be thinking about it. And then you open the fridge and you see it. And you're like, oh, shit, I've had a bad day today. I deserve this. That's my next point. Stop using food as an emotional, like, you know, as like a treat. Oh, I deserve this. Try and change your language with the way you talk about food. I believe food is great for, there is an emotional connection to food. Like for me, it's a value system. It's part of my life. I think it's, you know, going out to dinner with friends and everything like that. Baking and cooking for people, to me, is how I show love. You know, I love cooking for people and giving it to them and going, hey, yo, look. And that's why if I bake, I make sure I'm like going to somewhere and be like, hey, try this. It's how I show love. And I enjoy cooking. It's a creative outlet for me. But yeah, like, don't say I deserve this or make a food a bad thing. Like, this is a bad food. Like, the more you say, oh, that's a bad food, the more you kind of create this relationship with, you want it, right? It's a sin, but oh, it's so good to sin. Or I've been so healthy all week, I deserve this. It's like, okay, now you're making that food an emotional thing, and that's going to trigger back into your emotional eating. All right, won't dive too much into that because it's not my forte. Next tip: make sure that you're not starving yourself. Okay, if you are restricting yourself completely and you're not at a point in your relationship with food where you can do this, you will possibly make it harder for you to not emotionally eat. Because if you've been eating like fuck all day and you're not at that place yet where you can handle that, because I know some people can, and I'm getting to that point where I can do that now. I can intermittent fast, I can eat pretty clean, I can, you know, I don't have to worry on a cheat day type situation. Then don't deprive yourself too much, because if you start depriving yourself, you're going to want things and you're going to binge and you're going to eat the whole thing and everything like that. Second to last tip: if there are foods that you love and you want to go enjoy, go outside the house to get them. For example, the other day I was really craving ice cream. Like, I really wanted some ice cream. So instead of going to Woolies and buying a scoop, like buying a pint or tub of Ben & Jerry's, the vegan ice cream, of course, I knew even though it was like almost the same amount to buy a tub compared to buying 2 scoops, I knew if I bought that tub, I'd eat the whole thing, right? Whereas I knew I was going to be in the city. I decided after training, I would go and buy 2 scoops. I got 2 because I wanted to try them both. Of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and that's it. It was gone. I ate it, so only 2 scoops. That was it for the day. I didn't have a whole tub left over, and I didn't have to, you know, go, no, you don't need this, you don't need that. No, it's done. It is done. It's not in my house. So if there are things that you know, like those trigger foods, make sure you go buy them out at a restaurant or something like that, because that way you eat it, that's it, done. It's gone. It's not coming home with you. You're not going to be sitting there sad and going, oh, I'm going to eat all of this. And my last tip: find an outlet. Find something else to do. And I know that's like paint your nails or something like that. No, find a passionate outlet. If you are binge eating because you're an emotional eater, find another way to get that release, okay? This will dive down into like why you binge eat and all those sort of things. For me, I go to the gym sometimes, or I put on music and I dance. And that was literally what I just did. I went to go make something bad and I went, no, fuck it. And I put on a track that I'm digging right now for my crump. And I started just crumping it out. And then when I went to go back to make the food, I went, nah, I don't need that. And here's my bonus tip. Set yourself some goals. Okay. Now, if your emotional eating and binge eating is actually like going against your goals, if your goals are what you truly value and they're really part of who you are, remind yourself of why you want those things, your big vision. Okay, for me, I decided the other day that yes, I'm cutting down for a fight, but I'm also cutting down, like I wanted to lose weight to make my crump better, my dance better. And now because I went and had that emotional release of jumping up and just dancing, and then I thought about, oh yeah, I'm going to this competition in a couple of weeks time. I want to be a little bit lighter. I want to make sure that my jeans fit. I want to be moving better. So I didn't want to stuff my face with random crap. All these little tips are not cures. They're not going to solve the major issues. There are issues. If you are binge eating, if you're emotional eating, if you're doing all that, there are reasons why you're doing this. And I will urge you to get professional help in some way, shape, or form. Myself, I've been working with Briana Bowley, who is my performance coach for fighting, but she's more than that. And she helped me figure out the reasons I binge eat, and the reasons you binge eat might be totally different from mine. These days the internet is so small as well, because it's big, but it's small. It's easy to create communities. Look up support groups, find, people on the line, and I guarantee you'll find people that will relate to your struggle. And maybe, use them to help you accountable. Go, yo, girl, I'm feeling like this today, and connect. So find someone, connect with someone, figure out ways that work for you. Hopefully some of these tips will help you and help you get to the cause of why you binge eat, why you emotional eat, and why you're using food not to nourish yourself. All right. Remember, food is to nourish. Food is where we get our vitamins, our minerals, the things that make our body this most optimal thing that we can have. But also it is a way for us to connect and everything like that with people around as well. So make sure we're using food as a positive tool. It's a tool, okay? At the end of the day, food is a tool. Let's make sure we're using it as that, not as an emotional crutch. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you relate to it or got something from it, or think someone you know will get something from it, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to put out new videos every Thursday. It's been every Thursday fortnight. Let's hope we get some consistency every week, starting from this week. We can try. Life's a bit of crazy, but I commit to you. I'm going to make sure we're going to do every Thursday. So yeah, if you like my channel, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, from the couch to the cage. I'm also on Twitter, which is Kayla_F, from FTCTTC, from the couch to the cage. For some reason it just didn't work that way. And check out my website, from thecouchtothecage.com, where my blog is. And my SoundCloud, I talked to the amazing Amber Thompson, MMA fighter, and check that out, SoundCloud, that is From the Couch to the Cage as well. All right, guys, have a great week, and I'll see you next week.